There's not a lot that I could call sacrosanct nowadays. A lot of people are doing things that they said they would never do. And that's fine by me. Just don't change things up too much, Like a Jaguar is a Jaguar is a Jaguar. And a Jag is special, even if it is an SUV. Right? Well, the F-Pace is trying to convince people of just that. A Jag SUV isn't a new concept, by the way. If you've not kept up, this has been around for years now. And this is a facelift. But the question here is, have they botched things, or is it just as special as it needs to be? One thing is for sure, you can't possibly fault it for the way it looks. This has presence, style, panache, opulence, and a load more adjectives written all over it. One of the things I'm slightly iffy about are those 19-inch wheels. A size bigger and a better design would have done it a world of good. Another is this red trim that's all over the back and the front for that matter. What's exactly going on here? I mean, this looks like a candy floss machine just exploded in you. But still, I should tell you that there is an impressive amount of space at the back in the F-Pace. This has long distance cruiser written all over it. And I love the way the dashboard has been kitted out. There's a fantastic 11.4-inch touchscreen system smack bang in the middle that's very easy to use. Comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, has a crisp readout and makes life rather easy in the Jag. If you can ignore the red seats, that is. The boot is another surprise. 613 liters of very usable space is on offer for you to haul in pretty much all your luggage for a long trip. Oh, and the tailgate is powered. But Jags, they're meant to be driven. And this somewhat hits the mark. Now, you can spec the F-Pace with either a petrol engine or a diesel engine, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, an SVR engine. But the one here is a 2-liter petrol that makes 250 horsepower, 365 Nm, and it's put down to the wheels via an 8-speed auto box. Now, here's the thing. Individually, these components work really rather well. Take the engine for instance. You slot it into dynamic mode through this little jog dial over here. Then you go into sport mode via the gear lever, and yeah, you're solid. It works pretty well. You even get paddle shifters to make that little bit of an extra zing when it comes to the exhaust, even if it is piped in through the speakers. Then there's the gearbox. Now, this is one of the faster units around, so regardless of what gear you're in or what speed you're at, it is super easy to get to a point where you want to. And on top of all of that, even the ride and handling is exemplary. There's no other word for it. It's when it all comes together, that's when it's a touch confusing, let's say. You see, because this is an SUV and not a sleek sedan like Jag is known for, things aren't quite what you'd expect to be on the move. Let me clarify that a little bit further. This is a bit of a portly SUV. You can feel its weight at all times. So yes, the engine is willing and eager, but it gets masked by the weight. All the good traits of each and every component I mentioned, in fact, get subdued thanks to the weight of the F-Pace. And that means it's as Jag-like as it should be. But here's the tricky part. This thing is still so much more involving than anything of this size and weight. But here's the conundrum. Do we judge it against its lineage, or do we judge it as a standalone? On the one hand, no, it's not fair to actually judge this against what Jags traditionally stand for. It being an SUV and all of it. On the other, what makes it a Jag then? These questions and a lot more kept me driving well into the day, hoping to seek a few answers. This is a very, very good car, no doubt. It's got everything in the right proportions: comfort, luxury, opulence, aesthetics, and oomph. But it does not feel like an out-and-out Jag now, does it? And on that rather confusing note, that's my time. I'm going to need a little bit more of that with this car, because just to get to the bottom of things. Thank you for watching. This is Forbes India Momentum. I'm Ronak. And in case Jags people are watching this, the reason I haven't been really answering your calls is because, well, I just said I'm going to need some more time.